is this the alternative 62?
Yes, it's the alternative 62.
Now, what is the vintage?
This is one of the best vintages. It's the vintage of 2016, R62 Alternative, or the Alternative 62. Just gonna look at the color. It's beautiful color, almost like a Burgundian color, but it's a blend of the Merlot, Cabernet, and Shiraz. Wood matured for 6-7 months in beautiful small French oak barrels, and
We're doing a wine tasting. The nose is amazing. I love the nose. And say the blend again. The
Merlot, Cabernet, Shiraz. The beautiful thing about the flavor of the wine is the freshness and nice acidity, clean fruit, and definitely a wine I would chill slightly.
Yes, absolutely.
Maybe 15 degrees Celsius, and you can enjoy this wine with any meal. Seafood, sushi, wonderful wine.
Even pork.
Yeah.
Pork belly.
Yeah.
I pick up a plumminess.
Beautiful plum, fruitcake.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's not too heavy. The wine was matured in barrels for only 6 months. So the whole idea was have upfront fresh wine, fresh fruit, and not too much wood, not too heavy.
Yeah. Very, very subtle, yet quite complex. I mean, for a second label, it's a very complex, very good wine.
And then we can talk about the branding. You know, just for the people, if they have to tell the story about R62 Alternative, you can't see it from here, but there's this incredible scenic route that runs through the valley. It is officially the longest wine route in the world, the R62. Yes.
R62.
Yes, and that's why we named the wine R62. And the route is not the main highway in South Africa, it's the alternative to the other highways. There's the N1 and the N2. This is the alternative highway, and therefore the reason alternative R62, named after this amazing route. It's a very popular tourist route, popular for motorcycles, and that's why we had the little motorcycle
to break away from the city. And also it reminds me of the R66 in America.
Yeah.
That connects Chicago with Los Angeles. So this is what the R62 also does. It connects all the little small alternative towns, opposed to the N2, which is the garden route, and the N1, which is the inland route.
So to come back to the wine, the most important thing is to open the wine, let it breathe, pour it, drink it, and enjoy it. It's a lovely wine, delicious, absolutely delicious. And a glass of red wine a day keeps the doctor away. Gesondheid.
Yes,
sure.
Especially in this time.
This is the rest of the range in the Beate wine cellar. It's a barrel fermented Chardonnay. It's from a single vineyard. The soils are well drained, rocky, shaly soils, small berries, picking in March, and barrel fermented for a short 2 weeks. And after fermentation, we leave the Chardonnay in the French oak barrels, tight grain wood, and we leave it in there on the lees for 14 months. This is the rest of the red wine range. We start with the Alternative Red, and this is a blend of Merlot, Cabernet, and Shiraz, wood matured in French oak barrels for 6 months. Fresh, nice acidity, beautiful fruit, not a heavy wine, but complex. Then we move on to the Beate Syrah. It's a single vineyard wine made from old Shiraz grapes, crushed, destemmed, hand punched down, slow, long, cool fermentation over 15-16 days, and then we mature it in barrel for 24 months. A beautiful wine to lay down. This is the vintage of 2016. It will mature for between 15 and 20 years if you want to mature the wine or keep the wine. Then we move on to our, we call it our estate blend, predominantly Cabernet Sauvignon Merlot. In this vintage, the 2014, it's over 90% Cabernet Sauvignon, a little bit of Merlot. And the percentages of the blend is different every year, depending on the year and the vintage. Wood matured French oak barrels, 24 months. Bordeaux, typical Bordeaux. And then we have the reserve wine. We've only made 3 vintages thus far. This is the vintage of 2016. It is 50% new barrels and 50% second fill barrels. This wine we make no more than 1,000 bottles. The 2016 vintage was 1,000 bottles. It's from a single Cabernet Franc vineyard. And then something about the red wines and the way we make wine is, it is minimum intervention. All the grapes are picked by hand. We pick early morning. Harvest time in the Trudeau Valley is late. We only start middle March and we pick up till the second week of April. And the reason for that is we have very cool evenings in the second part of summer. Cool, crispy evenings. Temperatures going to below 4-3 degrees Celsius in the mornings and with a high of 32 during the day. So it's very diverse day and night temperatures. The cool nights slow down the ripening. All the grapes, like I mentioned, hand-picked and then hand-punched down. We do a combination of wild yeast or spontaneous fermentation, and we add some commercial yeast that comes from France. The wines are then matured, and after the maturation period of 2 years, we will bottle these wines with no fining and no filtration. So no fining agents and no filtration, because the winters here is very, very cold. So the wines settle and in the barrel, stabilizes in the barrel. So all we need to do with gentle pumping and handling of the wine from barrel to tank, leave it in tank a month prior to bottling, straight in the bottle. So a little bit of sediment or lees may occur in a bottle. And these wines are lovely to decant if you want. If you don't want to decant, you don't have to, but they're always nicer to decant. So winemaking methods, we say natural winemaking at its best.